Welcome to the Dayton Dutch Lions report. Highlights from the Dutch Lions vs. Forest City London game from this Saturday. Dayton Dutch Lions head coach Sonny Saloy, as Dayton Dutch Lions Chargers, had a difficult game ahead of them as both squads came into this game undefeated. The Lions had 3 wins and 2 ties, while the Forest City London squad started off their season with 3 straight wins, winning last night, Friday night, 3-2 against the Cincinnati Kings. The Dayton Dutch Lions would kick off this game, but Forest City London would kick off the scoring 5 minutes later as their forward would find the back of the net on a chip against Oscar Moans as the Forest City London squad would go up 1-0 5 minutes in. The Dayton Dutch Lions would come back on a counter or two as Bossant right here would go down the right side, find a cross for Gert Van Uden, who hits it. Didn't get it with the right side of the head that he wanted, but he liked the service from Boss. The Dayton Dutch Lions would keep coming. A couple minutes later, as Julius Willie would find this opportunity and would hit the American crossbar. Once again, the Dutch Lions would come up the side of Bossant as he would cross it here. Find Gert Van Uden, who once again hit the American crossbar. He felt he had a chance with the deflection, but didn't have one. Forest City London would come back with a couple opportunities after that, as they just missed there. And then they would have a great opportunity here on a breakaway. There's a couple nice passes by Forest City. Would find this nice chip to free the Forest City London forward, who would be brought down by Hans van der Haar, but no penalty was called. Forest City was once again have this opportunity one-on-one against Oscar Moans. Hits it, hits the crossbar, and Oscar Moans collects. Forest City London would keep attacking for the good portion of the middle of the first half, but the Dutch Lions would come back and tie the game here in the 33rd minute, 1-1, as Bossant would bring it down his side, find Gert Van Uden. Some nice passing here from the Dutch Lions around the field, as Evan Schwartz would bring it back to Gert Van Uden, as the Dutch Lions would bring it into the middle of the field, and then back out the Boss, who would then bring this cross for George Davis IV, who would head it again. Second header goal for George Davis in 2 games, as he's really coming on for the Dutch Lions as they tie the game 1-1 here in the 33rd minute. The Dutch Lions would attempt to keep the pressure on in this tricky game as Bossant brings down the Forest City London player here, but was not penalized. There's a lot of yellow cards in this game. As we kicked off the second half, it was 1-1 still, as the 2 undefeated teams kept battling it out and almost canceling each other with their quality. There was not as many opportunities in the second half, as not either team really had the opportunities that they had early on in the first. But the Dutch Lions would get more opportunities as the game went on, and as they got some fresh legs on the field. George Davis to Julius here, back to George Davis, who tried to go for his 2nd goal on the day, 3rd in 2 games, but just barely missed it. But here, Hans van der Haar has a nice run down the left side and is brought down hard. Yellow card here, and the Dutch Lions would have their opportunity. Free kick. Found Eddie Hurstenberg, 2-1 Dayton Dutch Lions. They thought so, but no, the linesman says that Eddie was offsides on a dubious call here. As when you slow it down in the replay, you'll see that Eddie Hurstenberg looked definitely onside by 5 yards, as you'll see here. But apparently, the referee must have felt that possibly Kyle Vondenbeken was in the play, and maybe he was offsides. It wasn't meant to be. And the Dutch Lions in the Forest City London squad from Canada would tie things up 1-1. And both keep going on as undefeated squads in the Great Lakes Division.